Let me not get on here and say that marriage does not guarantee a two-parent household.
Now you left your husband. Now you are a side chick, glorified side chick.
I should be single until I'm 40.
You should have been married before you were a mother.
Got her own place. This destroyed her family to go be her work husband's side chick. So where I work at, right? It's this lady who walk around. All she do is talk about the Lord all shift. The Bible says this. Jesus said that. God wouldn't like if you did this. Through the whole shift, right? Which is nothing wrong with that if you stand on it, right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if you stand on it. She was in a long-term relationship with this guy that she had kids by. She started talking to this guy at work. You know me, I keep it $150. I keep it $1,000, as they would say. She started talking to this guy, and the guy became her work husband, right? Now, her work husband already has 2 other women pregnant at the same time. But this didn't stop her from messing with him, right? This didn't stop her from having an affair. When all she do is come to work and she talk about God, the Bible, the Lord, what is right and what is wrong through the whole shift, right? So she started telling everybody that she finna leave the guy she was in a long-term relationship with because he didn't go to church enough. He wasn't holy enough. But everybody already know why she trying to make her move, right? So this chick, as we call church lady, packed her stuff up, right? Took her kids away from the father. Got her own place. This destroyed her family to go be her work husband's side chick. I just think about how that sounds. She left a man who was taking care of his kids to go be her work husband's side chick.
Make it make sense.
Now, they had work the other day arguing, right? Because things are not going the way she thought they was going to go. I guess she thought she was going to leave her husband and he was going to leave these other chicks alone that he was messing with. But they ain't how it went. They ain't how it went. Now, she walking around with the puppy dog look because shit not working out. And I see women do this so much. I had a friend who left her guy to go be with a married man. Left her guy to go be with a married man. But back to what I was saying, man. Work husbands and work wives are something else, man. They will listen to all your problems. You can confide in them. You can tell them and they'll give you the best advice they can give you while you are at work. But the minute y'all clock out, she going back to her guy, he going back to his chick. That's just how it goes. And church lady found out the hard way. Destroyed her family. Left a man who took her as kids to go be her work husband's side chick. You cannot make.
You know what's crazy about that situation is she wants her man to come to God. She should have showed. Like, this is why a lot of men aren't going to the church, because you have ladies in there who act like that's who they are. Like he said, everybody at the job called a church lady. For you to throw away everything for this man, and I'm sure you knew he had 2 girls pregnant, and you was married, I think he said. Pretty much throw away your marriage for this guy. You throw it all away for this guy. It's not good to cheat on your man, but I say at least if it was a guy you can be with, a guy you can potentially marry, still not bad, still not good, but it would have been better. It would have been better, much better. Like, what are you doing? But you have tons of ladies doing this, and you already know who's doing nonsense things the most. Our kind. Just to be a side piece. What a shame.
Here and say that marriage does not stop you from becoming a single parent. Let me not get on here and say that marriage does not guarantee a two-parent household.
I wonder why.
Because y'all just skip over that as if I said, women, don't get married, go be a single mother. As if I said, don't get married, just keep having babies. I that didn't come out my mouth. All I said was a 2-parent household is not guaranteed just because you're married. Y'all act as if divorce isn't a thing, as in people don't separate, as in if people just grow apart. Like, things happen. Marriage does not guarantee a 2-parent household.
See, this fear has to stop, right? You have the fear all through the community. Like, tons of ladies are baby moms. They will be lucky to have their man stay around. But why would a man stay around? Especially me. I'll tell you what was the case. The reason why I decided to venture out, I wanted to do that. I wanted to get married. I wanted to do that in the West. But it wasn't happening. I wanted to be with a black woman. That wasn't going to happen. I didn't trust. And also, a lot of them have the same mentality. That's how she was handling. Oh, okay. I can't see myself marrying him for whatever reason. That's how she felt. So, what is a man to do? Is a man to sit around and wait when he's trying to live the right life? And like the last girl that cheated on her husband, I was trying to live a godly life, and her, she mocks God's name for TikTok. God forbid. Yeah, God forbid you talk like that. Don't use God's name that way.
My married gender. This video na for now. You see some of you, when I will talk say, una husband cheat. Una can't live una husband. This video na for now. So, your husband cheated on you, and you left your husband. Now you left your husband. Now you are a side chick to another married man. How it make sense? Make it make sense. I want to know how it makes sense. If your husband cheats, yeah, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's a good thing for a man to cheat. But your husband cheated on you with another woman, and you're not happy about it. You left your husband. Now you are a side chick to another man. Now you're sleeping with another woman's husband. How does it make sense? Instead of you to stay and fix your marriage. Instead of you to stay and fix your marriage, you will leave your husband, pack your load, come out. And the next thing, you become a side chick. Glorified side chick. Is that not shameful? Imagine you that owns the crown before. Now you became like the slave. Because how do I even put it? If your husband cheats, sit and you sort it out. Sit down and think, why did my husband cheat? What did I do to make him cheat? I know there are some men that are useless, but some of us women, we are the ones that are pushing this man to go outside and go cheat. That one I'll discuss that one separately. Why some of us make this man to go cheat. That is a different topic. But what I'm saying, your husband cheated on you. You leave your husband. Now you are a side chick. You follow married men up and down. How does it make sense? It's shameful. It's shameful. Now you hide the chop. Before you leave your marriage, sit down and think, there's nothing out there.
I agree, there is nothing out there, but a lot of ladies think the world is out there. Like, you see so many divorces happening. I believe she may be in Africa, but a lot of African women are in the U.S. But still, they leave and then think, oh, it's better. When they get with the next guy, and he has someone, most guys out there have someone, not someone to be with, but somebody they're, either having relations with or somebody that they call their own. I could imagine in Africa, as she said, a glorified side chick. I agree with what she's saying, but I don't agree. I think a lot of times men will get away from themselves, get caught up with lust. It happens. It happens. We all like sex. We all like big booty and breasts. But it's not the right way to be. But it happens. Especially when you have a high value man. If a man is paying 100% of everything, you're dealing with a problem. You ladies gotta choose your battles wisely.
T.
The man is
hold on
baby
one
mama
second.
too
Babe,
close.
What you want?
Just a large fry.
I thought you were gonna get the sandwich. You been talking about the sandwich.
My appetite got cut. I don't know, just a large fry.
Let me get a large fry with extra ranch.
No, remember my dairy allergy? I can't have ranch.
You know my mind. Actually, take that ranch off.
Gosh, about to kill me. You not gonna ask her order? You know what I like.
I mean, we did used to go to college and eat a lot of Chick-fil-A, so that's how I know her order. Let me get also a number one with light salt on the fries, extra pickles.
This has to be a skit.
Half sweet tea, 3 Polynesian.
It has to be.
And 2. You still like 2 barbecue sauces?
You know I do.
Yeah, and 2 barbecue sauces.
Check out my baby daddy still knowing my order.
Excuse me?
You can pay right here and
Oh.
pay with cash.
Hey, right here. Baby mama, you remember when we was in college?
Baby mama.
Milkshakes from Chick-fil-A.
Used to give me.
Well, no. Why did he address her like that? Baby mama. I have a baby mother. Just one. I don't say baby mama. I don't address her like that. I call her by her first name. Baby mama. That sounds like love. That's why she looking like that. But this is a skit, though. But still, that sounds like love.
Your cherry and I'll show you what I could do with this thing.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
Y'all, I am in the car with you.
Look,
see, we gotta talk.
Is that real?
About what? When?
Whenever you drop her off, I got something to say to you in private.
Well, actually, it make more sense since your job is closer for me to drop you off first.
Oh.
And I'll take her back home.
Well, no. Y'all want to be in this car alone?
Yeah.
Together?
Well, I'm saying.
Without TJ?
Your job.
No.
Your job is right down the street.
No, take her
No.
home.
Yeah. That may have not been a skit. They were actually ordering food. Man, and I think she found a perfect opportunity to hold up the camera phone to get that. He doesn't know that she's recording right now. Very slick. See, they're getting real life on TikTok nowadays. But yeah, she needs to talk to that man. Tone it down a few notches. I know you still love your baby mom. I know you still love her. But don't show it. Act like you hate her. Have some dislike for her. Don't show. What are you doing, bro?
Video is for my husband's girlfriend. If you're not my husband's girlfriend, just keep scrolling.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know who you are, but I know you know who I am. But I'm here to talk to you about my kids with your boyfriend, but my husband, you know, Carlos. My kids are being neglected because he's with you and because he's putting you before our kids. Now, Mr. Carlos has a pattern of doing this because when he got with me, he neglected his first son because of his weird relationship that he had with his first baby mama.
So let me get this straight. A man with a history of neglecting his children is now neglecting the children that you have with him, and now it's a problem.
I just try to have a conversation with him on the phone about our daughter's birthday so that he could come back into his life after almost 5 months of not seeing them. And you know what he did? He put you before my kids, and that is absolutely not okay with me.
One of the biggest mistakes some women make is letting a man convince them that he's going to be different for them. If he cheated on every other woman in the past, you let this man convince you that you're special. They don't have what you have. You're different. If he cheated on them, he's going to cheat on you because he's still a cheater. And if he was a deadbeat dad to those kids, he's going to be a deadbeat dad to yours because he's a deadbeat dad. I hate to admit it, but the one thing that he's good at is convincing the woman that he's with right now that she's better than his exes. That's how he got you. And that's how he got the next girl to think that her and her kid is special. She's not special. She's just the woman for right now because he's good at convincing women of feeling like they're better than the last. If you're the new girl and your man has you convinced that all of his baby mamas are problematic, when do you ask yourself, why does he keep picking them?
That's what she loves. If she's still with him, tell my husband's girlfriend, if she's still with him, she loves the toxicity. And also, she gained a little bit of weight. That's what happened. And he's not an accepting man. He's seeing hot girls all day. Now, I gotta say something. Men have been saying this for a while. You ladies can't be looking any way and expecting it. Well, yeah, that's your husband. You should expect for him to be faithful. But that's what's going to lead to him being unfaithful. Work on yourself, lady. Like, go to the gym. Stop eating what's those sauces the Spanish love? Stop eating tamales or whatever. You know, those wraps, too much tacos. You're doing too much of something. And it's leading to him going to other places. That's not right. I'm not saying it's right. It's dead wrong for you to look like that as well.
See how serious that is?
So I should be single until I'm 40?
You should have been married before you were a mother.
You're right. You're right.
That's the point. That's why that's old wisdom. Marry before you carry. Because when you get here, all the choices are bad. And y'all want good choices after bad decisions. It doesn't work. And it ain't the men's fault.
So when he told me to have this baby and get me pregnant, it ain't his fault.
Nope.
Because I decided to go through it.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah, he's right.
So
It's your fault.
So I get my criticism. So basically, my question for you is what I can do, and you're basically telling me I should just be single. I ain't gonna.
You should marry your child's father. Well, no, here's the thing. What you have to understand is the men out here who don't have children don't want to deal with a woman who couldn't submit to her baby daddy. They don't want to deal with baby daddy issues. They don't want to pay for another man's child. It's not even how human beings is.
What's up? Ooh, you look good. That's what you wearing out?
Where the money for the babysitter?
What money for the babysitter?
The $250 for the babysitter. Who finna watch the kids while we go out?
Bro, I'm not paying for no babysitter. I never said I was paying for a babysitter. What you mean?
$250 for a babysitter?
Wow.
What the hell does she do?
So you think you supposed to just take me out and I got a free babysitter?
Bro, I never in my life paid for no girl babysitter on a date, bro. I'm not paying for your kids to get watched. Who you think this is?
Girl, if you can't afford a babysitter, you shouldn't be going on no goddamn date.
Yeah. She shouldn't.
What you talking about?
Well, somebody got to pay for the babysitter.
I'm not paying for no babysitter. We already planned this out. Why would I pay for a babysitter for your kids? I don't even know your kids yet.
If you taking me out, you gonna pay for the babysitter.
This is our first date, man. Why would I pay for your babysitter for your kids and I don't even know your kids?
It doesn't matter.
The audacity for you to even demand something like that. This generation is pitiful.
What's wrong with you, shawty? Who raised you? Where you get all this from? You think I finna just pay for your kids'
If
babysitter?
I'm finna go out on a date with anybody, they finna pay for a babysitter for my kids.
If you know you finna go on a date with a guy, you should already have that set up. We talked about this weeks in advance.
Nah, I was depending on you to pay for it.
Nah, bro, that ain't how we coming, bro.
Why the hell are you still arguing back and forth with her? Kick her out already.
You know, when I think about what's going on in this day and age, she gets in the camera with like a camera clip on her shirt to make a video. She had to have. And she did it all for TikTok. Right? She might very well not even have kids. It's sad, but what we've came to, right? Or it could be a real situation. I don't know. But to get in your car and record that for money is wild.
Bocanegra's untimely death. Gwinnett County detectives make their way to the Preston Hills at Mill Creek apartment complex. They're looking for Stevens and Gonzalez.
I know, that was the girls that were walking. They went to Quick Trip. Hey. Hi. I'm Detective Carter with Gwinnett County Police. Are you your internet?
Yes. They're both there
hey,
too.
This is Detective Poppy or Sergeant Poppy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
We know that there was like an incident that happened earlier today. Has anyone called you about it since?
No. Was somebody supposed to?
Well, we just got another call about it. So I guess the girl went to the hospital and she died.
She died?
She's dead.
Man.
So, but we know that there was like an altercation that happened beforehand.
I gotta pause it really quickly because could you imagine now these girls? This is what they do. And I said this when I came to the Philippines. I will never ever get in a fight for that reason, right? Could you imagine? you guys can't see right now. I'm a pretty big and strong dude. I done fought guys that were 6'5", punched them, and they flew like cartoons. I'm talking about hit a guy in the chest, and he flew off his feet. Yeah, big dude. So I know if I'm hitting regular people, I'm gonna do some serious damage. And I can never hit a woman, but do you know what these women do? Oh, beep, 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 beep. That's my cursing. Beep, beep, beep. Beating a woman like they hit her, which they did hit her, of course, because she slept with her brother and her husband. So yes, they were beating her half to death, probably stomping her on the head. Well, I don't know why ladies do that. You're bound for this to happen. Jelly's baby mom murders side chick sister-in-law. Crazy. Like, you ladies gotta think. You should just beat her up. Don't step on her head. I know it's just, could you guys, you've seen those jumpers before. They beating a girl up, then they start stomping on her head. That's when the death blow happened. They stepped on her head, boom, she passed. Now you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
That was mutual, and she came here.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah.
So, but because of it,
I wasn't going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
I get it.
Yeah.
But because of that, we have to kind of talk to you guys and get a more formal statement.
Sure. Okay. Wow. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
That was not my intention. I've been mentally going through a lot. I have bipolar depression, and I'm just going through a lot right now. And you know, I came here from up north with my fiance. That's him. Hey. I came here with my fiance.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came.
Are you
here,
the sister? His
yeah,
sister. Okay.
Sister. I came here with my fiance to start a new life, buy a house, everything like that, and I never expected him to basically cheat on me with someone at the workplace. You know what I'm saying?
So we would like to get like a formal statement. So we're going to ask that you come up to our headquarters and talk to us.
It's just right up the street.
Okay. All right.
I hear kids. Is there someone else here that can? Is there someone here with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once Stevens and Gonzalez arrive, the women are placed in separate interrogation rooms where they wait for Detective Araya and Detective Carter.
Just go through basically, since I wasn't there, and I'm playing catch up basically. So what happened?
So like, let me start to where it leaded.
Okay.
Okay, so like, since I've been down here, they haven't been on good terms. So, you know, arguments back to back. So like, we just came back from Florida like not too long ago from her mom's wedding, and we left on bad terms with everybody because my brother got into a, incident with her stepdad. So ever since that happened and we left Florida, it's just been rockier. It's just been worse arguments. So, yeah. Sorry, I just cursed.
You're fine.
Okay.
I flipped up earlier.
Okay. So, like, they're arguing or whatever. So, my brother, him being a man, cheats. Like always, he's feeling less than, he thinks it's okay to cheat, so, he tells me. So, he tells me who's he cheating with and stuff. Now, me and my stepsister, not my stepsister, my sister-in-law, we're very close, like, so close, like, you understand. Like, she's more of a sister to me than my brother's a brother to me,
Oh,
Yeah.
very
So,
close.
like, we're very close.
Yeah.
So, once he told me, I was just like, ooh, I just tell her.
It's girl code.
Yes, right? So.
Yo, the detectives are listening like, you're going to jail. You're going to, they're writing it down. You're going to jail. Writing their pad, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Yeah? You're going to jail.
Especially when, right after he told me what he was doing, he wanted to do it with her. So I was just like, I'm about to tell her. 2 days prior before this day, we were just chilling, she was working, and Daniel did something to her to make her upset. So we were talking or whatever. And I was just like, oh, I forgot to tell you. No, I didn't forget, but still, So I was like, told her what happened. He explained, cheated or whatever. She's like, oh really? And she's upset, whatever. I was like, don't tell him that I told you, because he's gonna be mad at me.
Right.
Okay, so after that, he explained how the girl looked to me though, and you know, curly hair, Puerto Rican, skinny girl. So I was like, alright. So then I explained it to Antonetta. So the next day after that, we went last night. We went to the store last night, and we were walking the Quick Trip. Quick Trip is right there, you know.
I know, I saw y'all walking earlier.
Yeah.
I thought that was you guys.
Okay, so we walked to Quick Trip. As we're walking to Quick Trip, both of them are walking together from Quick Trip. So they're just now leaving, and we're just now coming. So Antonetta's like, is that Daniel walking? So now she runs to him like, who is this? So he's like, oh, it's my worker or whatever. Mind you, before we walked to Quick Trip, we asked him, when you go on your break, can you take us to the store? He said he couldn't leave on his break. So when we saw them walking, it was like, you just go on your break right to the store?
The girl Gonzalez describes seeing with her brother was Bocanegra. Daniel Gonzalez also confirms this timeline to investigators.
You just told the cops everything they needed to know. Motive, why you did it, everything signed and sealed, open, shut case. The cops are happy right now. They are, because they're like, okay. They admit it. As soon as they came to the door, they admitted to it. I don't want to say what I'm about to say, because I'm just telling you people how to commit murder. So I'll go to the next video.
Excluding my daughter-in-law from holidays. Last year, my daughter-in-law emailed me proof of my son being involved in an extramarital affair with a coworker of his and tried to ask me for advice. The messages were extremely graphic and not something I needed to see about my son. As far as anyone knows, the affair never went beyond graphic messages back and forth, but they were separated for a time. They got back together over the summer despite my disapproval of the situation, as she could have ruined his career with those messages. He has worked very hard to get to where he's at in the company, and that is something I take a lot of pride in. When I explained my disapproval of their reunification, he explained that there was nothing to blame his wife for and that he was in a bad spot and should have gotten help instead of speaking inappropriately to a coworker. I told him she would no longer be allowed at any family gatherings, as I cannot stand to be in the same room with her after what she sent me. She embarrassed us and she almost ruined my son. Now he's extremely upset. I won't allow her around for the holidays and is considering refusing to come to dinner since he does not want her spending the holidays alone, as she has no other family besides him. Both of her parents are gone and she is an only child, which I can understand would make the holidays lonely, but I can't get over the embarrassment. Am I in the wrong for not wanting her around?
They said we shouldn't be spending more than 30% of our monthly income on rent. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all might hate me for this, but if you spending more than 30% of your monthly income on rent or mortgage, you either gotta move, get another, or a new job. Because, yeah. So how much of y'all's monthly income is going towards rent and or mortgage? Because honestly, everybody want a high rise. Everybody want the granite countertops. Everybody want the valet trash. Everybody want the chandeliers and the iced out this and the high long windows and the natural sunlight. Everybody want that. Until you do the math and the calculations and you get serious about your finances and you realize that how you want that much of a nice luxury living situation when you want to be outside all the time. You want to be outside. You want luxury living. So you getting bucks and you giving up bank. Extra bank. That ain't smart.
That's the chronicles, the life chronicles of living in the United States. That's why that was one of my reasons for becoming a passport, bro. That was one of my reasons for becoming an expat, a full-time expat, and leaving the U.S. because the living expenses from there to here are pennies on a dollar from what I was spending before. Yes, much less, and I'm happy. And when you're not throwing that much money away, you'll be happy as well. But yeah, guys, other than that, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Peace out. See you next.